Hey guys, today we are going to talk about the relation between a tool and a network and how can you create a great tool to actually kickstart a network. Now we are going to take few examples, but we'll first understand what network is. Okay. A network is generally a distribution mechanism or a connection mechanism. Okay. So some popular networks on the internet today are WhatsApp, right? You are on WhatsApp, I am on WhatsApp, so we can connect both on the same protocol. Let's say Instagram is a great network where there are creators and then there are followers, and there's a network created of creators and followers, etc. Let's look at the example of Instagram and its initial days and what it is today. So Instagram's most popular feature is the filter feature. The general idea is that your camera is capable of doing certain things, and if I add a certain filter, maybe your photos will look better than the original. Or there are certain things that you want to hide in the photo that you might be able to, right? I mean, if your face is not very bright or not very clean, you can probably hide those things with filter. If your panoramic view that you've clicked is not very great, you can improve that with a certain filter. We've all used those things. Now, what people do is people want to upload photos on Facebook. So now they found this great tool called Instagram, where they would create photos. They've clicked a photo, but they would add filter to it to create a better photo. And then they would go ahead and share those on Facebook. Now, Facebook is the actual network. Instagram is still a tool. Now, Instagram goes to stage 2 and says, you can just share the link of Instagram on Facebook, and the OG image, the default image that you see on Facebook or Twitter when a link is shared, it's called an open graph image. That itself is enough to view that that image on Facebook. And if somebody wants to actually view it in detail, they can click and come to Instagram. Now they've gone from step 1 of it is only a tool to step 2. You can maybe bring the audience here itself to view it. And the step 3 is, while the audience is here, why don't you make them follow you here itself, right? So if you look at it closely, from a tool, it has now gone on to become a network, and this became so big so fast that Facebook had to acquire it. And I guess it was a very large acquisition. For a 13 people team, they paid about $1 billion. This was, I think, back in 2012. Now let's see another example closer to India. There's this company called ShareChat. Now when WhatsApp became popular and we had all these 35 plus people coming on WhatsApp, the general one of the trends was to share these good morning messages or general jokes or very generic stuff on those family WhatsApp groups or friends WhatsApp groups. So how do you find such new content? And ShareChat was a tool where you could find this content. People would go to ShareChat, find a great content that they can share on WhatsApp, and then click a button, share it on WhatsApp. And basically you are being appreciated in the family group, or you feel connected by sharing those things. But ShareChat is helping you do that, right? Similar thing on Instagram. You are getting likes on Facebook because you shared a great photo, but it's actually Instagram that made the photo great. Over time, ShareChat itself became the place where people started consuming that content. Now, I could create my own ShareChat channel, similar to how Twitter or Instagram works. Audience is a little different. The quality of content is a little different, but the general mechanics of a network remains. So if tools can actually sabotage networks, right? If the tool is helping you, excel in that network, it can actually sabotage that network. Let's see another example of a company which is trying to get into podcast, which is Spotify. Now, there is no clear winner in this whole podcast industry. So Spotify is now promoting a tool called Anchor, which helps you create better podcasts. Now, the general idea is that if you create that podcast on Anchor, which is owned by Spotify, and if you can then with one click promote it on Spotify, right? So they can start owning that piece of content, right? Because they will be like the first digital point of storage of that content. So maybe Spotify will become the default place where you promote the content. So Spotify is trying to become the distribution network, but Anchor is the tool that is helping Spotify do that. Again, looking back at the example of ShareChat and Instagram, is that the network already exists in terms of WhatsApp or Facebook, and I am trying to become a better creator in that network. So is there a tool that will help me become a better creator? And because in the value chain, the tool comes before the network, the tool might over time have the capacity to sabotage this. And this can happen in various ways. In e-commerce, if I'm selling a product, is there a tool that can help me sell better? Is there a tool that will help me ship better? Right now, there's a company called ShipRocket that is actually a Shopify plugin that helps you manage your logistics for your D2C brands better. But if you see the kind of data that they have about audience in general, and their understanding of your brand and your return rates and which kind of audience is actually ordering from you, right? And they collate this data from different sellers, they might become as powerful as Flipkart or Amazon in terms of data, right? And there is a good chance that they might be able to sabotage. I'm not maybe in this case saying that they'll create a marketplace, but own a significant chunk of that value chain. Now, again, if you're trying to disrupt, this is one of the ways of just making it a little better. The other way is obviously, when you focus on a smaller audience, the unbundling idea that we've discussed before. If you focus on a smaller audience and just make that audience look better, you will be able to maybe take out that audience from this generic tool and move them somewhere else. When Instagram obviously got created, it wasn't your regular 30-year-old who moved from Facebook to Instagram. It was these 18, 19-year-olds, clicking photos on their phone. They moved to Instagram. Now, this is the audience that everybody wants. So Instagram automatically becomes valuable, right? And you go from really making a tool which is probably worth a few dollars of subscription or a free tool to creating a network which is much, much valuable. So maybe if you're thinking about another idea, think about how you can start from a tool and get to that network that will make your audience look better in the current network and ultimately help you create a new network. Hope you liked it. Let me know in the comments. Thank you.